Hello everybody, so Sinkidonia here with another Age of Empires 2 interview. This time around I'll be interviewing the technically first qualified player for the Redbull Wololo 2 main event, and that is Vinchester, who just swept Lynx with a 4-0 victory, but of course he'll talk a little bit more about it in the interview itself, and he also has a good couple of days to practice. So, without further ado, please enjoy the interview. We're recording this immediately after almost all of the matches have finished. I think there is still an ongoing match with a CCM versus the Gao right now, which is pretty interesting. But I want to ask you first, technically speaking, you are the first person to qualify for this second Redbull Wololo tournament, and not only that, you did it with a full sweep. You 4-0'd Lynx right after he had a match with Fire, and I want to know your feelings about that. Like, are you really happy that you only had to do 4 maps? Did you maybe want to go a few more maps? You know, how was the feeling throughout that match? How did you feel?
So the first Wololo qualifier, I was much more nervous than now. So now I played a little bit relaxed. It seems like, okay, I know already what to do. I know how to get there in top 16, I mean. And yeah, of course, I was expecting to match Fire in the qualifier match. But Lux played really strong versus him, and I was like, okay, then I could see what is he doing. I will prepare, and I will do just the correct stuff versus him. And on the draft, I was kind of sure that I know what he will do, and he don't know what I will do. So in this last match, I was kind of relaxed by the matchup and by the preparing by the opponent. And the second thing, that I was not that nervous as in the first Red Bull, because this is the second time it's easier. So yeah, and probably I would like to play a little bit more maps, because I feel myself like I didn't play a lot of practice games, so I didn't play all the maps yet. I played it, but not enough times to say that I know how to play them. So for the main event, I'll need to play much more Empire Wars on these maps and prepare much better. And probably this is not that good that I played not a lot of maps in this qualifies. But yeah, I'm happy that I qualified, and I really want to try myself to get further in main event. So that's it.
Right. So speaking of the main event, you're gonna have about a little bit under 2 weeks to prepare for that one. You said it yourself, you haven't practiced a lot so far. Are you gonna put in double time now to practice for the main event, or is it gonna be just a regular sort of training session? How much intensity are you gonna put into these next, 12 days, something like that?
The next 7 days will be a lot intensive, I think, because there is like 3 or maybe even 4 of my friends who will practice for the next qualifiers. This is Classic Pro, Dark, and V-Quarter. So I'll practice with them. I will try to prepare them for the qualifiers, and of course the goal for them is qualifier as well. So there I'll have opponents and I will play a lot. But week after this, there'll probably nobody will want to play with me because they don't need this. And this is a little bit sad thing about this tournament, that you always need to have a good opponent to play it on Empire Wars. You need to practice this, and also the maps, which is not in Ranked. So it's kind of hard to prepare for this kind of tourneys.
Right. And then I wanted to ask, in your stream, I was watching your stream while you were playing the end of the Redbull Wololo, and while you were playing your match with Morty for this other tournament, which the name escapes me now. Yeah. And you said in your chat at one moment that you were feeling, a little bit burned out, that you started to need a little bit of Age of Empires at one point. So it's not so much asking you, like, do you actually hate it? What I want to know is, how do you deal with the long game sessions that are sometimes demanded of the competitive setting? Because at least for the Redbull Wololo, we know that there is a time cap, but for pretty much every other tournament, you kind of have that free time of, this could take half an hour or it could take 2 hours. So I'm interested to hear, like, mentally, how do you find that fortitude to keep going as the matches keep, stacking up?
I have to say that I'm playing Age of Empires not because I'm good in this and I spend time already and I should and I must play it because I'm good and I can take money from this or something. I'm playing this because I really like this game and it's really enjoy for me to play. But I have hard days in my real life and I have a lot of stuff to think as well because I have some projects which I'm doing, work, something. There's a lot of stuff. So when something is not that good in real life, then it's kind of harder to play in Age of Empires for me. So I don't know, it's really connected for me. So I like to play Age of Empires and I'm enjoying this, and I can play for a lot of hours. I can sit there, just stream, try to win. Yeah, of course it's easier when you're winning, and today I was able to play all those games because I had very good games. It started from the Klavskis, the first game I played today in Qualifier, then there's Stark. I really feel myself very good. I played really good games and I was about to lose a little because he was kind of better in macro, but I still was able to play fast, come back a little bit, and I was happy with that. So I like to play Age of Empires, and that was part of the joke that I'm not ready to play another match. But when I'm winning, yep, I enjoy this, and I can play more and more. So that's good for me.
Nice. And now I want to ask you a sort of final question, something that, I noticed going through the drafts. I was actually calculating, which civilization has been banned the most. And I noticed that you banned Britain twice and Magyars once. And I'm interested to hear why was the reason in those cases that you felt, particularly about the Britain ban, and that you felt that was going to give you the biggest advantage throughout the series?
So all the games we played on the, I think Coliseum and Habub is kind of same maps for me. In the map, it's kind of same how to play it, because there is a Farwood. This is something like arena without walls, and you need to. And all the games we played with my allies, I mean Classic, Dark, etc. We always played Archer and the one who is faster and starting to make it aggressive, run into eco, kill the villagers on woodline, and just go in circle, and this is like snowball. So Archer Civ is really important, and Britain one of the best Civ for this. So for most of this match, I had this map, and I don't want to play it versus Britain. So that's why I banned Britain. And Magyars in the last one, because I was not sure about my home maps, because I felt like I need to make it flexible for the looks, because this is not the maps I'm really playing. Kawasani didn't play in Redbull 1. I always ban it or just try to avoid it, never played it. And another home map is Eruption. Yep. And I thought about it when I picked this or not. And when I picked this, I thought, okay, I will take Magyars for this. And when he took it, I was kind of sad, like, oh shit, I don't want to play versus them. And that's why I banned them, because I just wanted to secure one of my home map and don't get him the Civ, which is one of the best there, probably.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. It's just really awesome hearing from you and getting to meet you. And yeah, best of luck these next couple of weeks as you practice with the rest of your friends for the main event and for the qualifier for those guys. I saw a couple of games with Dark. He seems really good, so I hope he also qualifies next time.
He just needs a little bit, maybe the same feel as I have, a little bit lower nervous, and just try to get his head cold and do the right things. He can do it. So, yep, thanks a lot for you as well. I was glad to give this interview, and have a good evening.
Alright, and that is all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Of course, check out the description for the social links to both Vinchester and I. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.